Two local organizations have been using the goodwill of veteran supporters in order to make a profit. Veterans charity organization Bay State Vietnam Veterans and telemarketing company Dynamic Marketing Solutions have been sued for engaging in deceptive soliciting practices. The organizations have been accused of shifting a majority of the raised funds to the telemarketing firm instead of the supporting veterans' cause. We spoke with Attleboro Veterans agent Carl Bradshaw to raise awareness about these types of scams and how to avoid them.
Unfortunately, there's some unscrupulous veterans organizations that are using, I think, poor ways to try to get funds. The biggest problem is such a small percentage of what they raise goes to the actual cause of the veterans. And one example, both examples, is about 85% go to the telemarketers. After that, it's a question of how much other administrative costs they have. And in one example, there was another 6%, so about 9% was going to the veterans. I think that's a very small amount of money. And in another example, over $300,000 was raised from the Massachusetts Veterans Emergency Fund, and none of that went to the cause. It all went to telemarketers or to administrative costs. So right now, the Attorney General is suing the Bay State Vietnam veterans because of their practices. And I've sent out a letter to the District Attorney or the Attorney General asking that they also pursue the Massachusetts Veterans Emergency Fund. So really what needs to happen is everybody needs to be aware that given to these charities, although they're trying to help veterans and it's a great cause, very little, if in some cases none of what they give will go to that cause. In no cases will Attleboro veterans call to ask for donations. So quite often I'm told they say that they're doing this for Attleboro veterans when that's just not the case, and we will never call just to make sure we differentiate ourselves from them. We've been tracking the Bay State Vietnam veterans for some time now, and in fact I've sent them emails and told them what I think about their practices. And one of the things I told them was, although I'm working with Representative Betty Poria and Representative George Ross in order to make this illegal, what I've said to these groups is you don't have to wait for it to become illegal. It's never too late to do what's morally right. So we've been trying that sort of line of reasoning with them for some time, and they just don't listen. So it's bad enough the telemarketers and how much they take, but it's the methods they employ. They will say they are doing this and getting donations and gathering them up for veterans in a local area. I've even heard that they've used veterans agents' names, saying impersonating the veteran agent. I haven't heard that in Attleboro, but another veterans agent was telling me that yesterday. So that is definitely unethical. It's fraudulent, really. And on top of that, they'll ask them to put cash on the front door. I don't know why you would want anybody coming by your house. There's nothing safe about that, and you certainly don't want to put cash or even checks out on your front door for somebody to come by and get it. So their methods are extremely poor and they're fraudulent, I think. I think it's definitely wrong, and some of the laws I'd like to see changed is a certain percentage, maybe 50%, has to go to the cause. You can't give 9% to the cause or something like that. So we need to have some kind of reasonable amount. And I think there has to be a truth in advertising part of the law where they have to tell up front, just like a cigarette company has to say how bad they are for you, or drugs have to say how many side effects there are. Up front they have to say, this is the percent that goes to this charity. And it's not just a veterans cause, it's any charity. They ought to say right up front. And if you get a call and I say, well, only 5% of what you give today will be going to the cause, well, what are the chances you're going to give to that charity? You know, there's several ways to give. We do have a donation account here at the Attleboro Veterans Office, so they could donate to that, and that would all go to Attleboro Veterans. They can come by with food cards, maybe from Stop and Shop or Shores, and all 100% of that would go to veterans. There's two American Legions, the VFW and the Disabled American Veteran posts here in town. They can donate to those causes. One of the greatest causes, I think, out there is the Wounded Warrior Project. So on a national level, and even at the state level, they can donate to that cause, and it's a very worthy cause. I mean, the big message here is it's not illegal yet, even though it's immoral, but everybody needs to be very cautious on who they're given to, any charity, not just veterans, And there are a lot of great charities out there to still give to, and I encourage everyone to do that. And if there's any way our office can help, just contact us at City Hall. We're at 508-223-2222. We're extension 3281.